Well, good evening. When I headed off at 10 o'clock this morning, I didn't expect to be making this film. The plan today was to go down and clean out the thruster hanger. I haven't flown the thruster in a while. I was going to introduce it to you as well. It's a hideous device. I sort of shouldn't like it, but I do. It's like a very dirty secret. It's a tremendous aeroplane and horribly cheap. Anyway, I hung up some wings, put some shelves up, and generally was having a nice potter around. And I thought then I'd buzz over to Bodmin and have a bacon sandwich and a cup of tea. And a couple of my pals from the strip, they were whizzing over in their machines too. Anyway, all went well, although the Aeronca didn't want to start. It was a bit recalcitrant. All was fine until I was sort of on the base leg into Bodmin. I was very close in downwind. I fly much sort of tighter circuits and sort of flying club types, and always glide approaches or thereabouts. But I tickled a bit of throttle on the base leg just to sort of warm it, because it can ice up fairly easily, even though it's got warm air on all the time. And the engine stopped dead. So, well, that was fun. Propeller, one blade at 12 o'clock, one blade at 6 o'clock, and all rather silent. But I was plenty high enough, it was no problem. I glided down and landed on the field. I didn't have the GoPro on. Anyway, no crashery involved, nice wheeler landing into the grass by the side of the runway, so I didn't block it. And that was that. Two pals of mine had flown over to Bodmin with me, one in a Cub and one in a Champ. And so we didn't let the engine failure spoil lunch. Quick bacon sandwich and a cup of tea. And then we borrowed the lawn tractor, and the three of us recovered the airplane back to the hangar, which was great. And then I jumped in the back of the Champ and rode back to Roach. Then drove over to Bodmin, obviously with the car, had lots of tools, and wanted to pull the cylinders off, which I did. So this is the good one. This is the naughty one. There's no damage to the pistons or anything. I've had a look at those already. Pistons are fine, rings are fine, bores are fine. So it's definitely something valve or cylinder head related. So the first job is to have a look at this cylinder. I'm going to put the other spark plug in a moment, and then turn it upside down in an old baking tray and pour just a bit of petrol in the top. I haven't got the gas stove on, the hole in at work, and see where the petrol comes out, whether the valve is still slightly open. It didn't have compression earlier when I was messing around with it, so something is causing it not to have compression. But I'll sort of find out. Then I'm going to take the rockers off and then take the valves out and sort of take it from there, really. I'm going to stop in a moment and post this. I will take pictures and more film as I go. I'm not going to film everything, because filming in itself is a bit of a distraction, and I don't want to sort of create a further problem by distracting myself filming when I sort of got to do a bit of engineering, and yeah, I don't want to sort of further maintenance induced problems. Quite fun, really. Finding failures. I think that was possibly number 18. I think 7th or 8th in a single. Anyway, I think it was Hunter S. Thompson, buy the ticket, take the ride. It's certainly the case for vintage aeroplanes, that's for sure. Anyway, I'll speak to you again very soon.